Hey guys, welcome back to Don't Forget the Art. I am so excited that you are here, and I am super excited about Easter. It is right around the corner, probably less than a week away by the time this video comes out. And it is going to be a very exciting one for us personally here because this year we actually get to spend it with my parents. We have not done that for 2 years, so I am pretty excited that we get to do that again. Yay! And so I thought it would be fun to celebrate with some Easter art. If your kids are anything like mine or anything like me, they're really excited about the holiday. It's just a really cool time of the year. And I thought we would enjoy that. Now, if you happen to follow me over on my personal art stuff, you know that this little guy that I created here has turned into quite a thing. And I have been making gnomes. And of course, Easter's no exception. I went ahead and made some Easter ones. So these are some of the little guys that I have been making and selling over on my art page over there. And I thought it would be fun, since gnomes are still quite a thing, to create a gnome picture. I started out my project in a sketchbook, okay? Kind of planned it out. It wasn't exactly what I had originally planned, but you know, it just became a thing. I needed a smile on my face, and these gnomes always put a smile on my face. So this is kind of my reference photo. I am going to do my best to put this out as a coloring page if you or yours would like to use it, or a reference photo if you would like to kind of copy this. And I was trying to think of what medium to use that we haven't used for a while. So I had thought about doing an acrylic painting. I had thought about doing a watercolor painting, but we've done a lot of those lately. So I thought to myself, we have not used soft pastels, I don't think, at all this school year. So I brought these guys out. If you have not used soft pastels, again, now you do not have to use soft pastels. You can use whatever you want. You can use crayons, markers, colored pencils. You can do an acrylic or watercolor painting. You can use graphite pen, whatever you'd like to use. This is quite a fun medium. It is much like chalk, and it's messy, and it blends really well, and it's messy, and it's a lot of fun. So if you want to go the route of soft pastels, you can get a smaller palette to try them out. I know I've seen them and purchased them before years ago when my kids and I first started with it. Even at like Walmart or Target or something like that is, a handful, and that will be a good place to get started. This is, a little bit bigger. They have even bigger packages. It's just a lot of fun. It's technically called painting. It's drawing. If you want to do this, you're going to need your soft pastels. You will want pastel paper. Because you need a texture to it. Now, I don't just use this for my soft pastels. I also use this for some of my graphite drawing. So if you are a graphite pencil drawer artist, you can use this. It's a toned paper. It gives a really cool background to your pictures. It's a lot of fun. So that is one option, but it has a really kind of cool texture to it. It almost has like a texture like watercolor paper does to it. And you need that. If you are trying to use this on a smooth piece of paper, this is not going to stick to your paper. You are going to have a lot of frustration. So if you're going to do soft pastels, you need pastel paper. You will want a blending stump. You can also use your fingers, but again, it is a messy medium. So if you're going to use your fingers, even if you're not, I would recommend you have some like baby wipes or something that'll help wipe your hands right there at the table wherever that you're working. You will probably want, for your blending stump, some of the sandpaper. That way you can get the old colors off so that you can use your blending stump to kind of mix in those colors. You'll want pencil and an eraser. You might want a sketch pad to kind of play around with what idea you want first. And that's pretty much it. Again, soft pastels, you don't really need a whole lot of supplies. You'll need a few to finish it up, and we'll talk about that at the end. Pencil sharpener if you'll need that for your pencil. That's really about it. So let's take a look and see how this project turned out. The first thing that I did was to go through with my pencil and sketch out my idea for drawing. Now, having already planned that out on my sketch pad ahead of time certainly helped that process to move along a lot quicker. I already kind of had planned out the composition, where I wanted everything placed. I will say one thing I did change my mind about. If you remember in the sketch, I had a daffodil in the background. I did opt to take that out. I just thought it might be a little bit too busy. There seemed to be a lot going on. And that's one of the wonderful things about kind of planning things out and having ideas or playing around with sketches, thumbnails, different things like that. It helps to give us an idea of, as artists, about what you want to do, what we want to do, and plan out what everything's going to look like. We can make our mistakes there. And then we're not so frustrated when maybe our masterpiece doesn't turn out so as wonderful as we had hoped, or the finished product doesn't look exactly the way that we wanted it to. Sometimes it's little tweakings that we can do on scrap pieces of paper, or like I said, sketchbooks, that can help us long term in the process of doing the project. So that did help, and it did make me decide to keep that out. I just thought it would be a little bit too much, too busy. Soft pastels are wonderful because they can be as detailed or as loose as you'd like them to. So a lot of times if you look at soft pastel sketches, they have kind of a loose impressionistic type feel to them. However, there are plenty of people who can create very realistic pictures with lots of details with them. It takes layers, and that's one of the wonderful things about soft pastels, is that you can layer them, especially if you use the workable fixative, so that you can put everything in place, put a layer on, and then layer things on top of it. You need to make sure that the layers that you have underneath that fixative is exactly where you want it to be, because once you spray that on, you can't take it off. I do have some soft pastel pencils, which are very nice and help to get some of that detail in. I did not use them for this project. I just used my plain soft pastels. One of the most exciting things I think about soft pastels is their blendability. They just kind of melt and merge into each other, and it's something that very few mediums really have that ability to do. Soft pastels would be one of them, and probably oils, oil paints would probably be another. Soft pastels can be pretty messy, but it's a lot easier cleanup than oil painting, and a lot less expensive as far as materials go. But again, if you don't have to use soft pastels for this project. It was just something I haven't played around with for a while, so I thought I would take them out and play around with them. You are welcome to try them, and perhaps in this upcoming few weeks or the year ahead, we'll play around a lot more with them and maybe try some more detailed pictures and paintings, especially for those who are more advanced and really would like to play around with different mediums. It is a lot of fun, messy, but that's okay. It's pretty easy cleanup. Keep those baby wipes handy, keep paper towels handy, and watch where you're painting or drawing as you're putting it down. You do need to put, really smudge it in. So if you're seeing me using the blending stumps to not just blend the colors together, but also to kind of push that chalk, push that into the paper, really, really important. Otherwise, if you don't do that, once you kind of blow on it, or when you finally spray it when you are finished, all of that is going to just kind of go away. Now you can use your fingers. There are a lot of artists who do that, just like with pencils when they're trying to smudge or blend, using their fingers. The reason I don't use my fingers is for two reasons. One is it can be very messy. And so you're going to constantly have to be washing your hands. And if you don't, you could potentially put those fingerprint marks with that color on it someplace else in the picture that you don't really want it. So that would be number one. Number two, I don't really like the way that the blend looks with my oils in my hands that kind of mix with the pastels as much as I like the stump. I guess it just kind of depends upon the look that I'm going for. But if my hands aren't really 100% clean and some of that, dirt could get in there, certainly don't want that. It's all a matter of preference, in all honesty. A simple picture like this is a lot of fun, a great way to kind of try them out and play around. And again, maybe it would be fun to try some more detailed pictures or pastel paintings in the future. here is my finished product, guys. I love this. I don't know why it delights me so much. My little gnome hanging with his peeps, ready for Easter. Now, I think when I did the project, I called it done, and I think I forgot to color in the eggs. So I did those off camera when I realized my boo-boo. I signed it, so I think it is done. I forgot how much fun the soft pastels are. Usually I do my gnomes prior to this in colored pencils. I have done them a couple other times in watercolors. This was indeed a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed that. Now, if you do a soft pastel picture, if you do a graphite pencil picture, you can use it for colored pencils and other things. Charcoal, you want to use this to finish your product. This is still very soft. If I was to go in there with my fingers, you're going to see it's going to pull right up. You definitely don't want that to happen. So you need to seal this. So what you want is a workable fixative. Okay. They sell this at, I know that they sell it at Hobby Lobby. That's where I get mine. Michael's, I'm sure, has it. I think you can even find it at like Walmart, probably Target as well. But it protects pencil, pastel, and chalk drawings. It prevents the smudging and wrinkling. So even if you're drawing with a pencil in a sketchbook and you go back a few months and you look at it and it's not as crisp and clean as it was when you finished, it's because you didn't seal it. You want to seal those with this, okay? Now this you can use throughout that's why it's called workable. So throughout this drawing, if I wanted to make sure that I didn't get, you know, the chalk, the soft pastels on my hand, I could have sealed it with this and continued to work with it. You can't erase once it's down. It makes it a little bit difficult to do that. So I usually wait as long as I can, just in case I see any mistakes, until it's done. However, once you are done with it, let me quick show you. I had my washi tape. Let me grab that. You're going to want some washi tape or masking tape or painter's tape, something that's not going to ruin your picture. I've just got some washi tape here, and so far that has been pretty kind to my pictures. And I usually can just pull some of this. Now, to make sure it doesn't, I usually kind of put it on my shirt or pants or something to kind of help remove a little bit of that stick. Pick up some lint so it's not too bad. Fold it over and put it on the back side. Okay. You're going to want to tape this down. Okay. In at least 2 of the corners, I would say. And then you're going to read the directions. Shake this really well for like 2 minutes. And then spray it at least once, possibly, you know, twice, to just help to seal this and fix everything, all of your soft pastel in place, your graphite pencil, whatever you're working with, to seal that in place and to help to protect your artwork. All right. And that's it. Do not do it indoors. You got to do it outside. I can't do it today because it's raining outside, but I will do it certainly in the next couple days when we have some better weather. Don't do it inside. Do it in a well-ventilated area and read the directions. You don't want to do it when it is, when it's cold, too hot, and you don't want to do it in high humidity. Okay, so you need lower humidity. If it's about to rain, don't use this. If it's too cold, don't use it. If it's raining outside, definitely don't use that. And don't do it indoors. It's going to smell and you don't want that odor around you. Anywho, guys, I hope you guys had a great time making some fun Easter artwork. I hope you have a wonderful Easter, Passover, whatever holiday you celebrate. I hope you enjoy celebrating it, and I hope you have a great week. I can't just wait to see you next week, and we will have some more fun. In the meantime, guys, happy arting.